What is up, my friends? Welcome to another J&J Toy Giants toy unboxing. I am your host, JD. Today we're going to be doing a little bit something different here. I haven't actually done one of these. Each figures that I'm going to be going over with you today and unboxing, I haven't done them in a while. So today we're going to go over the UFC Notorious Conor McGregor. And also going to be going over the Masters of the Universe Stratos, which is through the New for 21 series. A little bit of both of everything, a little bit different style here for action figures. I've actually been looking for this particular Conor McGregor for a while, but for whatever reason, I just never seen him in the stores. And I'm going to be going over this great deal that I got from some special that I've actually been following for the very, very long time. And I'm going to go over the details. So we're going to do like we always do with these figures. We're going to let them breathe. All right, so we're going to go over this new unboxing for Stratos, the Winged Warrior, part of the Heroic Warriors of the Master of the Universe re-release. And of course, it comes with the comic here. And you can see there's Ninjor and Stratos on the back. Now, obviously, these are all significant to the specific wave that all of these figures are coming out. So obviously Ninjor, I believe it's Triclops, which you can see here in the bottom right hand corner, and I forget what else is going to be in there as well, but or Hordak, sorry, there we go, Hordak. So you can see the comic here that Stratos is actually part of the Heroic Warriors. So Triclops, Skeletor, Ninjor, and Hordak. So haven't seen Hordak yet. I'm still trying to look for him, but be that as it may, this is actually pretty close, because I believe the first time that this came out back in the 80s, he was flocked, where you can actually see, like, you know, touch his fur a little bit. It was kind of like a carpety type of material. But as far as like with the last time that when I was going over some of the other WWE Motu figures, they always are trying to look like their counterparts. So when I did the video for Rey Mysterio, I don't have his wings here, but pretty much he was supposed to be Stratos in the WWE Masters of the Universe wave. So obviously you can see they're pretty much set to be like a winged warrior themselves. And so that is that. And of course, his wings, I'm going to actually leave them on because they're not going to be that much protruding, or if I display him, he's going to take up a lot of space. He already comes with his like little vest with the rocket on the back, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty cool figure. There's not too much that you can say about this. He doesn't come with any other weapons or anything like that. The sculpt is pretty cool. Like I said, the original ones were, this one was flocked, where you can actually kind of have some texture to his skin, his fur, I guess, or feathers, you could say. And it does have the peg holes on the back, or on the bottom rather, so you can actually put them on a display peg or a stand. Pretty cool. I like it. Definitely something that I'm glad to have on my collection here, and just to kind of like put them side by side with Rey Mysterio. They're pretty much the same in size as far as scale goes. They're not too tall, and I like it. I'm still on the hunt for the rings. I can display all these. One evil, one heroic ring. Each one of them will have their own ring, and I'm trying to get the one that has the John Cena He-Man one, and the Terraclaws Triple H, which is supposed to be like Skeletor, the Terraclaw Skeletor. But that's pretty much it. So let's go to the next one. All right, so we now have one of the other UFC action figures made by Jazzwares. As you can see, this is Conor McGregor, and he is the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion, one of the very few to be the champ. And what that means is that he was the champion in 2 divisions at the same time. Very few have done that. Daniel Cormier did it. Conor McGregor did it. Amanda Nunes did it. I forget who else did it. I believe it was it BJ Penn? I'm not sure. But Other than that, I mean, this actually, for the Jazzwares, the only thing that as you can see right there, stop it. That is my biggest complaint out of all of the Jazzwares figures here, is that they don't really work well with stands. I don't know if it's just the stands that I have, or it's just that the peg holes on the actual figures are too big. So you can see this, it's not really supposed to come out that easily. So I think I found my reasoning. So the peg holes on these are in the shape of an octagon, and this is a square. So, or I'm sorry, a circle. So every time that you put these on, it's going to be loose, and therefore, so I kind of answered my own problem here, or answered my own question. So as you can see here, he comes with his UFC title. They didn't give him two, even though I think that's because by the time that this figure came out, or that they did the scan and the mold, he didn't win the light heavyweight championship at that point in time. Either that, or he relinquished or vacated the featherweight title, which was 145 pound, and this was his 155 title. And he comes with his flag that he normally has of Ireland. He actually comes with a very serious face already on the figure, but I'd like to have this kind of a crazy face for Conor McGregor. You can see right there. You know, he's a character. He's one of the very few MMA stars that I know that could have done well in the professional wrestling world. Not necessarily WWE, although that's probably where he would want to go if he ever did wrestling, is because he's such a character. And so obviously, if you ever followed UFC, and it's not really, I would put an actual montage of his like promos or his interviews, but they're not really child friendly, and I don't want to get this this video kind of taken down for the language and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, there's the sculpt on the figure is pretty cool. His tattoo is pretty spot on, although it's not as dark as I would like it to be. And it has the McGregor right on his chest, right under the tattoo. He's got some tattoos on the back here, and of course, I actually put this because he likes to do this kind of a thing every time, because he's kind of like the Money Mayweather of the UFC. So I had that as one of his hands, and then the regular fist on the other. But I like this figure. I've always wanted to have it. I'm not a big fan of Conor McGregor. I mean, I think he's a great fighter. It's just one of those things where, you know, he talks a lot of trash, but then when push comes to shove, when it goes against up to a really elite fighter like, you know, Khabib Nurmagomedov, I can't say his name, Nurmagomedov, and or Nate Diaz, or you know, people that can actually mess him up pretty badly. He doesn't close fights. If it was anybody else, then yeah, he's a great fighter. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of times he writes, his mouth writes checks his body can't cash.
What the hell did you just say?
All right. So other than that, pretty standard on these particular figures. That's my only gripe. I guess I'm not sure that there are any specific stands for these figures that are octagon peg where these will fit very well, because then that's going to be with any figure stand, unless you actually have the ones that go around their waist, which would make it hard for them to wear the title and have the figure stand go around their waist. So it's pretty hard to kind of do that. But I mean, as long as I can get him in this type of a position where he doesn't move, then I'm good to go. But I'm definitely in the mark, or in the hunt, for some other figures on this line. I definitely wanted to get Israel Adesanya, Francis Ngannou. I really wish they made a Nate Diaz, but they never made him. I guess because he didn't want to be a part of it, or he hasn't really fought in so long, so this probably wasn't one of the ones that they wanted to make a figure of. Obviously, I want to get the Amanda Nunes. Who else did they make? Hopefully they started like a Legends line. I don't know if they have an Anderson Silva. I think they do, but other than that, maybe a Kamaru Usman, if they ever make him, that would be a good one. But I would really like them to start working on a Legends line so they can have GSP, BJ Penn, Brandon Couture, Chuck Liddell, who else? Vanderlei Silva. Those fighters. Even well, I know they have a John Jones, so I may get that too. But the big legend like Hoist Gracie, Ken Shamrock, the stuff like that. But that does it for this review on this figure, so I'll be with you in just a second. Alright, so just doing a recap of the figures that I went over today, just in case if you missed most of it. Hopefully you did not. But these are the two figures that I unboxed today, the Stratos of the Masters of the Universe and the Conor McGregor, the UFC made by Jazzwares. And I am going to be collecting more of both of these lines because these are the ones that I like to collect as well. I got a lot of new unboxings in the works, so stay tuned. And these are awesome figures in my collection. I'm glad my collection is growing more and more each month, and we'll be right with you in a minute. All right, that is it for this edition of the JJ Toy Giants Toy Unboxing. Again, I'm your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And also, subscribe to our Patreon channel. Anytime that you donate, it helps the channel. Give you more than what you need. More of us. More entertainment. So anyone that actually is a Patreon will definitely get a good thank you, or basically important thank you from Jaden and I. And we're going to, reach out to you. Also, and we're going to be giving you a shout out on a next video if you are a Patreon, and possibly do like a simulcast tour review. Who knows? But be sure to check us out on patreon.com. Search J&J Toy Giants. We're going to be also uploading all of our videos there as well. But thank you so very much. And be safe. Keep on cruising. See you later.